Willie D live.
What's up, family? Some of y'all won't like this, but I'll take my chances. Yeah, man. Tuskegee University, under President Dr. Mark A. Brown, has implemented new campus etiquette guidelines requiring professional attire in shared spaces, specifically prohibiting items like bonnets, DURAGS, and bedroom shoes. These rules are aimed at fostering a professional atmosphere. Also, address classroom attendance and cell phone usage, with enforcement authorized by faculty. I ain't got no problem with that, but some of y'all do, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Why they worried about what I'm wearing? I can't understand why people are so obsessed with what other people wear. What does that have to do with my ability to learn? It has absolutely nothing to do with your ability to learn. What you wear has nothing to do with your ability to learn. Now, some people say it does because it might give you a sense of pride, right? I submit to you that there are people who wear the nicest things and they're dumber than a bag of rocks, so it don't make any difference. They can't figure out what 2 + 2 is. Having said that, let's put ourselves in the shoes of the university. Let's say everywhere you look, people are walking in, they got on house shoes, they got bonnets on, they got do-rags on. Some people wearing house coats, they ain't got nothing underneath. Next thing you know, they got booty cutters on. When does it stop? At what point do you have a dress code? Because all of those people can have the same argument and say, why you worried about my booty cutters? It ain't affecting my ability to learn, right? Next thing you know, somebody might say, you know what? I just feel free. I'm a free spirit. I don't think I should have to wear clothes. Now, fam, I'm absolutely riding with the university. I'm rocking with Dr. Mark A. Brown. I'm riding with the doctor. I'm riding with him. Yeah. Uniformity, man. You know, the police is uniform. Typically, that's how you know the police, right? You go to a doctor's office. You identify the people who work there because they have a certain sense of uniformity. Everybody got on some type of same colors and usually a name tag to kind of let you know. Even when you work for the city, people have certain uniforms on to identify themselves, right? So what's the difference? Why is it that you can go up in these people's place in these universities and think you can just dress any kind of way, whatever way you want to dress? Nah, man, straighten it up. If I'm running the university, I'm not having no bonnets. I'm not having no do-rags. I'm not allowing no pants sagging off your ass. We don't want to see your drawers. Nobody should know what type of drawers you have on. That's why they call them underwear. You're supposed to wear them under your clothes. We taking it too far. And some of us are just simply self-entitled. And it's time for it to stop. I don't even know how it even started. Common sense would tell somebody that a damn bonnet should be used inside of your house. There was a time when women wouldn't be caught dead with a bonnet on outside of their house. Even with company, they wouldn't wear bonnets. They had company. They take that thing off and try to do something with their hair. Yeah. You see women now, you know, they all on social media in their drawers. I lived in a house with my sisters for 18 years and never once seen them in their drawers. Not once. Now these women are wearing their drawers on social media. You can see the drawers, you can see the bras. You know exactly what they got. Some of it is so skimpy, you know where all the tattoo marks at and everything. Any kind of little mole, birthmark, you know what that is. Scar, you know what that is. Dudes walking around with their ass crack showing. Not even birds, drawers hanging out, booty out. Just booty out. Pants under the booty. It's like they dropping them a little lower every year. That don't make you feel a little self-conscious, like, like, I get it, you can't, people look, people got eyes, they gonna look. But what you scooting them down for though? It's the craziest thing to have a belt on and your pants is still hanging off your ass. It gives retarded. That's what it gives. I know some of y'all don't like that word, but I grew up with that word, so I'm still trying to figure out, how to limit my use of it. Sometimes it slip out. So, I ain't gonna say it slipped out that time, but I'm just saying sometimes it do slip out. But anyway, fam, how about some dignity? Just some little old dignity, that's all. That's all it's really about, is dignity. The university should not have to tell you this. Your mamas and your daddies should have taught you that. That's something you learn at home. Look, I'm from the ghetto, and we was trained better than that. We had better manners than that. And my mama never had to sit me down or sit my sisters down and say, don't wear a bonnet to school or outside. You can't wear a do-rag to school. That's stupid. First of all, that was unheard of, fam. But see, it's the old saying, you give a rope, you want to be a cowboy. And that's what happened. They gave him a rope, and now you got a full-blown cowboy western movie. And it ain't gonna stop. So somebody gotta stop it. People, you would think that by now, that fad of dudes walking around with their pants hanging off their ass. I thought that was gonna just in, boom, out. One of those horrible eras, and we passed it. It appears that it has accelerated. And it's not just youngsters. I've seen 40, 50, 60-year-olds walking around with their pants hanging off their ass. It's the craziest thing to me ever. Don't tell me nothing about no style, and that's the fashion. There ain't nothing fashionable about advertising your booty. Nothing's fashionable about that. I absolutely salute the president for doing what he did. In fact, I saluted him so much that I reached out to him and I told him what everybody was saying, and they was mad about it. And instead of him sending me a message back, he just sent this picture. No, I didn't contact the man. But something tells me that he would have had that look on his face. I'm sure anybody that had something to say, he looked like that's the look that he would give them. I ain't got no problem with that. You ain't got no problem when you go to McDonald's and you see everybody dressed alike. Everybody got a name tag on. You don't see nobody in McDonald's with the bonnet on. I'm sure by now somewhere, somebody put one on, especially after hours when they think the manager is gone and nobody's looking. So, yeah, but I think I have seen a couple times where in some of these fast food restaurants where they have slippers on, and I definitely seen dudes walking around with their pants hanging off their ass. If I walk into any type of restaurant and see that, I'm walking right back out. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.